The starter home was never supposed to be impressive. It was small. It had ordinary finishes, a modest yard, and at least one room that future owners would describe as cozy because the honest word was tiny. That was the point. The starter home was not a dream house. It was a first rung, a place where a household could build equity, learn why gutters matter, and eventually move up. Today, that rung is missing in many markets. Small homes still exist, but the affordable, newly built entry-level house has become difficult to produce. The result is a strange market where people who want less are often forced to pay for more or remain renters longer. The disappearance looks like a consumer preference. The money tells a different story. A home price contains much more than lumber, concrete, and labor. It contains the land, the road, water and sewer connections, permits, engineering, financing, insurance, marketing, commissions, and the cost of waiting while approvals move through the system. Many of those costs are fixed per lot. Suppose a developed lot and its required infrastructure cost a builder $200,000 before the house is finished. A small home has to carry that cost. A larger home on the same lot carries it too, but the builder has more square footage and more features through which to recover it. The expensive part is often not the extra bedroom. It is getting permission to build anything at all. That makes the profit equation uncomfortable. If two projects consume similar land, time, legal work, approvals, and sales effort, the higher-priced home can produce a larger dollar margin even when its percentage margin is similar. Build fewer cheap homes or build fewer expensive homes. The second choice is easier to finance. Local rules can push in the same direction. Minimum lot sizes, setbacks, parking requirements, restrictions on duplexes, and limits on how much of a lot can be covered all shape what builders can sell. A community may say it wants starter homes while legally requiring each one to sit on an expensive amount of land. The rule does not have to mention price. The price is built into the geometry. Then there is the market for existing homes. When a small, older house sits on increasingly valuable land, the cheapest use may not be preserving it as an inexpensive house. It may be renovating it, expanding it, replacing it, or selling it to someone who can do one of those things. The building is modest. The location is not. This is why starter homes can disappear even without anyone deliberately deciding to remove them. Each owner, investor, lender, and builder follows a reasonable incentive. Together, those decisions upgrade the affordable inventory out of existence. At the same time, many current owners are reluctant to move. Households that secured low mortgage rates before borrowing costs rose may face a dramatically higher payment if they sell and buy again. Staying put can be rational, even when the home no longer fits perfectly. That reduces the number of older, smaller homes reaching the market. The starter inventory is squeezed from both ends: too little modest new construction and too little turnover among modest existing homes. The Harvard Joint Center for Housing Studies reported that the national median single-family home price reached about 5 times median household income in 2024, compared with roughly 3.2 times income through much of the 1990s. That ratio does not describe every town or every buyer. It describes the height of the missing rung. Higher interest rates make it worse because buyers qualify based on the payment, not the architecture. When mortgage rates rise, the same income supports a smaller loan. But if the market does not produce enough lower-priced homes, buyers cannot simply select a cheaper new model. They compete for a limited supply, move farther away, accept a condominium, keep renting, or receive family help. The house becomes smaller in the budget before it becomes smaller on the street. There is also a serious counter-argument. Larger homes are not produced only because builders want larger profits. Families want space. Energy, accessibility, storm resistance, and building code requirements add real value and real cost. Trades and materials remain expensive. In some regions, land scarcity is unavoidable, and density is not free. Apartments and condominiums require elevators, fire systems, structured parking, professional management, and complex financing. There is no magic construction type that deletes cost, but there are choices that change the equation. Cities can allow smaller lots, duplexes, townhouses, accessory units, and modest apartment buildings in more places. Approval timelines can become predictable. Infrastructure costs can be spread across more homes. Financing can support smaller builders. Existing modest homes can be renovated without automatically turning them into luxury products. Harvard housing research has pointed to missing middle reforms for exactly this reason. When more forms of housing are legal, builders have more ways to divide expensive land. The useful question is not, why don't builders make cheap houses? It is, what would have to be true for a modest house to be the most sensible project on this land? The answer may involve zoning. It may involve infrastructure. It may involve permitting, financing, taxes, or the price of land itself. But it will always involve the incentive. The financing of development also rewards scale. A small builder producing a few modest homes can face the same consultants, studies, carrying costs, and approval risks as a larger project, but has fewer units across which to spread them. If an unexpected delay adds a year of interest, a thin-margin starter project can stop making sense before a luxury project does. That helps explain why changing one zoning rule is rarely enough. Legal permission must be paired with projects that can actually be financed, serviced, insured, and sold. There is also a difference between an affordable purchase price and an affordable life. A faraway home may cost less but require 2 cars and long commutes. A condominium may have a lower price but meaningful monthly fees. An older house may be attainable but need a roof, heating system, or foundation repair. The real starter home is not merely the cheapest listing. It is the home whose total monthly and maintenance costs leave room for the owner to recover. This is where smaller, well-located housing becomes economically powerful. A townhouse near work may offer less private land but lower transportation costs. A duplex can divide land between 2 households. An accessory unit can create rental income or flexible space for family. None is a universal answer. Each is another way to turn one expensive piece of land into more attainable homes. Investors are often blamed for the entire shortage, and in some neighborhoods, their purchases can intensify competition. But the deeper problem is a supply system unable to respond quickly when demand rises. If new modest homes are difficult to add, every extra buyer and investor, a young family, a downsizing household, or a new resident competes for the same fixed stock. A healthy ladder needs movement at every level. New homes at the top can free older homes below. New homes in the middle can give growing households somewhere to go. New entry-level homes can create the first step directly. When construction is blocked across the ladder, the few remaining starter homes inherit the demand of everyone who cannot move anywhere else. The starter home did not die because a generation forgot how to start small. It disappeared because almost every participant in the housing system can earn more or take less risk by moving the product upmarket. The first rung is not luxurious. That is why it needs rules and economics that allow it to exist. This is price tag theory, the money behind everyday life.